Good evening, Smash Com Tourney of Tourney fans, and welcome to Alpha League Numero Quattro, which means we are halfway through the Alpha League after this tournament. Then we'll be halfway through. But not much really to report today, so I'm just going to crack straight on. The only thing to report, I should say, is there are 4 of you who have changed your Starfighter, and we shall find that out as we go along. So hopefully you guys can get some double points today in the chase for the Ultimate Dream Team Championship. And that starts with one of this series' best fighters, which is Richter from the Cosmo Vipers versus Dr. Mario from the Red Robots, both pros of their team. Richter beaten Dr. Mario before, and Richter's a Viper, Dr. Mario's a Red Robot. The Red Robots have been doing pretty shit. Let's not lie about it. I believe they're 7th. They are 7th. That's mad, right? Let's move all that over there. Yeah, they're on -10, and the Vipers are first by 2 clear points, so they want to carry on getting those wins. I didn't see what happened there, but it appears that Richter has lost. There I was, bigging up Richter, which sucks for the 2 people who have him, so no one has Dr. Mario, but the Mighty Clarks, Big Nath, and Jimmy from Mega Drive both have Richter, and Richter's lost. Also, both Starfighted Richter. So that is a right shock turn of events for the first match in this tourney as Dr. Mario gets through. Now goes from 30th to 25th. Crazy times. We lose I don't think Richter's ever gone out in the first round in this series. Anyway, swiftly moving on, we have our all-star villager from the Gun Tech, still currently ranked 7th, so holding on by 1 point at the moment, so it's close. And Pikachu from the Energy Source, who is ranked 34th. I knew he was ranked somewhere. There's not many Crystal League matches today either. There's one Citron League match between Toon Link and Dark Samus, who have both won 1 before, so whoever wins that would be the favourite for the Citron League, but that would only be their 2nd win. So it's not that exciting. However, I've got to see Pikachu win this, because Pikachu's one of my boys, you know? Energy Source Fighter. But whoever lands in that star will probably be dead, which is going to be Pikachu in it. Oh no. He has lived. Which I'm quite relieved about. Oh, not yet, not yet. Does he want to die? Anyway, Pikachu fans, we've got... I know, Gizru is 1. And Benny P is the other. Both people, I can confirm, have changed their Starfighter. And obviously Gizru did have Pikachu, so... I mean, she'll be happy if Pikachu wins, bear in mind, but also, it will be killer. A Villager, I believe no one's got Villager this series yet. No one. It's tough, really, because Villager's a pretty good fighter, but obviously there's so many good fighters in the Alpha League. Did you just see what happened there? That is the Energy Source's luck. I didn't mean that. What I was meant to say is that there's a lot of good A-tier fighters. Anyway, Pikachu got their final smash, tried to use it against Villager, and resulted in them falling off the screen. So if it would have landed anywhere else, Pikachu would have won. But instead, I even just put the Pikachu won, but actually 19 for 20, Pikachu goes down to 38th, but that is good news for Villager. Banking on Pikachu's woes. Still in 7th, but distancing themselves. What we like to see. So Villager versus Dr. Mario in the next round, which, well, so far for Ultimate Dream Team is pretty awful. Luckily for us, everyone has, not everyone, it's been a long day. There are people who have Meta Knight and Link. Meta Knight from the Cosmo Vipers, who have already lost a fighter, versus Link from the Fossil Fuels. So the Fuels want to overtake the Vipers or draw with them. Link will need to beat Meta Knight here. And who's the favourite? They've never fought before. Meta Knight is holding on to pro status as he's 23rd. So obviously if he goes higher than 24th, he's in trouble. But it looks like it's Link who's in trouble here. Which means that that's good for Meta Knight fans. Quick shout for Meta Knight fans. Lim La Vida Loca, Team Nuggets, and the Wonder Boys all having Meta Knight, and we lose Link. None of them have been Starfighted, as you can tell already by the screen. Meta Knight, 21 for 18, now ranked 21st. And Link falling away. He was 28th. Now 32nd. I'm sorry, Link. Okay. So far, pros and all-stars through. Not that there's that many who aren't pros and all-stars in this league. But anyway, Steve versus Pac-Man. 2 pros, believe it or not. And it's a Cockadoodle Dude versus a Energy Source Fighter. Again, we go through this pain again. They fought before. They won all. And Steve obviously won the first Alpha League, so Steve started really well. But he has slipped a little bit and is now ranked 10th. Whereas Pac-Man is ranked 30th. So Steve should be fully in control here, and currently is. But those bombs happen so many times where all those bombs come out, all they've got to do is move. They're level 9, but they still hit the bombs. So now Steve is back to the beginning, as actually Pac-Man is winning. So a bit of hope there for Pac-Man and the energy source. Should have a little check. I know Ash is the... Oh, he's not one of the only people. Fruity Fellas as well. Third Lemon, who's one of our top Ultimate Dream Team entries. So far, this is pretty close. One big hit, and any of these people could go. Pac-Man has dodged that little zappy thing. Picked up his final smash, which is great news for me. And has landed, which means that Steve is out, which is excellent for Pac-Man fans. Benny P and Longboy Bob both having Pac-Man, and Benny P, exactly the same as Gizmo, had Starfighter Pac-Man. Now you've changed. Just got to believe, you know. Also, good news for the energy source. Love to see it. Bad news for Steve. 19 for 11. Goes down to 13. So who's taken over Steve? King K. Rool and Isabelle. Oh, nasty. Good news for the energy source, who are trying to keep up with the robots, who obviously also have someone through. And here we go. It's that Crystal League I was chatting about with Toon Link versus Dark Samus. And I love Toon Link, but he is the worst Alpha League fighter. A few people like Toon Link. Oh, Makawewi and Jordan both having Toon Link in their team. But Jordan, you've got both of these fighters actually. You've got Dark Samus in the Bunda squad as well. And it's Chode who also has Dark Samus. Both Limon fighters. And Dark Samus has beaten Toon Link 2-1. And let's not forget, Dark Samus actually started the series as a pro, but that's mainly, same as Isabelle really, because she won a Crystal League match. Crystal League. It means that she got those +5 wins. Which is what put her up so high. If it wasn't for that, she would have been well far down. However, she is decimating Dark Samus at the moment. No, Toon Link. Toon Link is... Yeah, you get the drill. Toon Link's dead. Dark Samus was decimating Toon Link. Which means, firstly, Dark Samus gets that crucial Citron League match. And that's the second time she's beaten Toon Link as well. Just to add salt to injury. Dark Samus, 14 for 11, ranked 23rd, so I think that's where she started. Actually, I think she started in 24th. Now she's 23rd. And who did she beat? Toon Link. 9 for 12, continues to be the worst Alpha League fighter currently in relegation. The only Alpha League fighter to be in relegation. Anyway, we move on to the fight that's already started, which is Robin from the Shroom Dogs, a pro, versus Banjo and Kazooie from the Energy Source, also a pro. Banjo and Kazooie ranked 18th, Robin ranked 30th. Never fought before, but Robin is having a bad tournament. Let's have a look exactly how Robin's doing. -2, 1-1, lost 3. That's this series. And it's the Wonder Boys and Austin, one of our worst Ultimate Dream teams. Yeah. Who has Robin. Only person to have Robin, as I'm sure a few people have Banjo. It's Makawewi again and Big Nath. And we need Banjo to win, because Source oh, so actually the red robots and the source are both on -9, so the energy source are 4 wins behind both of them. So the more we see the robots and dogs lose, the better. So I need Robin to lose here. Robin, who historically is a pretty good fighter. There is a heart container there as well, which Banjo's picked up, puts Banjo on 0, and Banjo has his final smash as well. So he is definitely the favourite to beat Robin here, which means he's probably going to lose again. There's a Pokeball. Throws the Pokeball. There's a bomb. Okay, Pokeball's not done anything. Robin's been hit by the bomb, which means that Banjo wins. Good news for the source. Let's go Banjo. 15 for 10. Moves from 18th to 16th. And Robin, who's having a terrible, terrible tournament. 20 for 20 is now neutral. Oh, damn. Good on Banjo, though. Love to see that. Now, so far, we've had no Starfighter wins. No. That one's not going to be one either. Oh well, good news for Banjo. Anyway, next up, Kirby versus the Ice Climbers. So Kirby's beaten Ice Climbers twice before already. And is ranked in 15th. Whereas Ice Climbers are ranked 40th. Again, one of the lowest ranked fighters in the Alpha League with the Ice Climbers. Not to mention the fact that the only way they were going to get anywhere is if they won the Topaz League, but they let that slip as Isabel took it straight out of their hands. All they needed to do was win one fight. I wasn't even against Isabel. You wait. You watch them. You watch them kick ass now. Saving it. So, Ice Climbers, never one of the highest picked fighters solely because of the Crystal League match. So, unless they change their ways, some of you guys are stuck with the Ice Climbers. So, Makawari, Rosie, Jamie, Molly, you're not going to complain about having Ice Climbers, and OG Nath. But it's worked out because Ice Climbers win, which is also great news for Makawari, who star fighted Ice Climbers, which is bizarre because I'm pretty sure you forgot. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you forgot that you had Ice Climbers. But because you have Ice Climbers, you just got double wins. Well done for sticking with them. They move up to 34th, whereas Kirby, 25 for 20, still 15th. Kirby's doing alright. A rare win there for the Ice Climbers. But great news for Makawari and anyone who had Ice Climbers, which is obviously the 5 people I read out. And speaking of disappointments, you so know Sonic's going to get through here against Olimar. Sonic versus Ice Climbers, the two letdowns. But obviously Sonic still has a chance. Now, he could face Villager in the semi-finals. That's basically the next Sapphire opportunity, so very unlikely, especially as Sonic from Gorilla Limon, who's ranked 30th at the moment, really has slipped down the table, versus Olimar, ranked 5th, Fossil Fuel All-Star. So it's a bit of a big ask from Sonic. However, the Limon are 3rd still, strong 3rd. The Energy Source closed the gap on the Shroom Dogs by having 2 for... Oh no, Pikachu lost. Just 2 fighters at the moment. Still with our All-Star left in Dark Pit though. And did anyone stick with Sonic? No, no one's got Sonic Starfighted at the moment. The hope is lost. Obviously a few people do have Sonic, so shout outs to all of you people who have been disappointed so far. Makawari, Rosie, Jamie, Molly, Rachel, and Ash as well. All of you guys with Sonic. A lot of you guys who had Sonic also had Ice Climbers. I see what you're thinking. And as expected, Sonic loses again. He has been so bad this season. I'm going to put that result in. So 19 for 19. Olimar wins 31 for 17. Olimar faces against Ice Climbers in the next round. They've never fought before. But what I really want to see whilst I press some buttons is how Sonic's doing this season. 1-1, lost 4. Same as Robin. Just fighting so badly. 1 win. Anyway, on to better times. We have King K. Rool versus Shulk. So it's dudes versus robots, and again I need the robots to lose here. So King K. Rool could beat Shulk, and no one would care because no one has Shulk. Except I like Shulk. But I'm banking on King K. Rool because he's beaten Shulk before. And the dudes usually beat the robots. It's very close. 21 to 20. That kind of close, you know. And so far it's Shulk who's kicking ass, but it's a hard level to whack someone off of the screen. But Shulk is trying, and King K. Rool is getting decimated. This is not what we needed. Any King K. Rool fans in the house, big up. It's got to be Rosie. And it is on Boy Bob as well. Shulk also has invincibility. Yeah, King K. Rool loses. Did not need that. So Shulk goes from 28th to 24th. So in pro status at the moment. And King K. Rool, another one to not be having a great tournament. Where is he at? Oh, he's 1-4. 1-4, lost 4. So it could be worse. But Shulk gets through for the red robots. Hate to see it. Don't need that right now. And this is actually a crucial match for the robots and the energy source. And that's because we've got Dark Pit versus Byleth. Two all-stars. All-star of the energy source, Dark Pit. And all-star of the red robots, Byleth. Both beaten each other once before. Byleth is notoriously a very good fighter. But I'm pretty sure Dark Pit beat her in a match quite recently. I can't remember it fully. So Byleth's going to be on the revenge path. We know that Big Nath has Byleth, but a few of you do have Dark Pit. So shout outs to you guys, who is Longboy Bob, Rachel, and Benny P. Maybe, just maybe, 2 of you have Starfighter Dark Pit. Which isn't going too well at the moment because Byleth is kicking ass. But Dark Pit fights back. Never gives up Dark Pit. That's something I've had to learn and accept defeat on. And those chickens are causing some damage. Who knows why they're there. But that's what's doing Dark Pit out of trouble at the moment. Doesn't want to be underneath Byleth, who has some amazing up attack moves. As is proven there, as Dark Pit loses, which is terrible for the energy source and great for the red robot. So, one step forward, 2 steps back. Dark Pit loses. Terrible times for Benny P, who changed his Starfighter to Dark Pit. And Longboy Bob, who also has Starfighter Dark Pit. So at the moment, it's Byleth who gets the win, who moves up to 3rd place. Faces off against Shulk in the next round. 2 red robots. Ugh. And we've got our final one coming up here, which is Pichu, who faces against that Topaz League champion, which is Isabel, who now has momentum to become an all-star. She's 11. That's pretty awesome. Let's have a little check of the Ultimate Dream Team as well, shall we? See how you OGs are doing. It helps if I change this. So I'm going to do that now. Bear with me. If only I got it right. If only I got it right. Alright, that needs to be there like that. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. Hope Isabel loses. That's all I've got to say at the moment. Drag that down there. Change that one to there. Make sure it doesn't move. Just sorting out my spreadsheets, you see. Great content, if I do say so myself. Okay, so the only people who have a Starfighter through is McAway. Oh, Isabel wins. There's hope. Which is great for McAway. It means that you've moved up 1. On your way, my friend. On your way. Isabel. 28 for 18. Now ranked 10th. So it's now the same points as Simon, who is yet to fight. May I add. Pichu, 20 for 19. Loses. Oh, so good news that the red robots lost. However, Isabel getting through is painful, so let's not decorate it. Okay, so the Source are now 3 points behind the Shroom Dogs with only 2 fighters left, so not looking good at the moment. Oh, speaking of Simon, here is Simon. Oh, so Simon gets through. That would be an amazing match in the next round. Simon versus Isabel. Two of my most hated people, by the way. Oof. Grim. Anyway, Simon from Gorilla Limon has beaten Ike from the Gun Tech before. But the Tech usually do beat the Limon. And like I said, Simon is 9, so he is trying to get back into all-star position. It was taken from him by Pokemon Trainer, who again is yet to fight, but faces Little Mac. But it's also never beaten Little Mac. But we'll get to that in a minute. At the moment, it's Simon. So no one has Ike. Few people do have Simon though. Fruity Fellas and Gizwoo United. So both Gizwoo and Third Lemon have the one and only Simon. And Simon is kicking ass at the moment, showing why he's an all-star. Can I just add? Not that I've watched most of this fight, to be honest. Very rare to see only one star fighter through. But potentially there could be one getting through here. Because someone out Third Lemon and Gizwoo have changed their star fighter to Simon. Now obviously you know who that is, if you're watching. However, not everyone does. And obviously Fruity Fellas are top in the Ultimate Dream Team, so a Starfighter win for them would be pretty incredible, considering that Jimmy has lost Richter. Okay, Jimmy, you may have lost a few people actually. Who have you lost? Oh, Simon wins, there you go. So Sephiroth, oh no, you've still got Sephiroth, Pyramithra, and Duck Hunt. None of them are fought yet. So a lot of your fighters are still in. However, it is Gizwoo who decided to change her Starfighter to Simon, which means that Gizwoo, you will be getting double points for Simon's win there, who 30 for 19 moves him back into 8th above Pokemon Trainer. Ike, who's having a bit of a terrible tournament, 18 for 20, moves down to 45th. That's close to relegation. Tough times for Ike, but Simon versus Isabel in the next round. Simon's beaten Isabel before, which makes it very interesting because them two are neck and neck, especially if Pokemon Trainer wins. But well done to Gizwoo. Well done for changing your Starfighter. I can't think who you changed it from. It's about time. Oh, it's Pikachu. But Pikachu lost, so good choice. And here we have an absolute titan battle between Pyramithra, who won the 2nd Alpha League, versus King Dedede, who won the 3rd Alpha League. So both these fighters very good. Fossil Fuels still trying to maintain a lead, I think. They're 3 points behind the Cosmo Vipers, so a win here would be crucial for them. Dudes, I'm not sure where they are. They're 5th at the moment. They're in the minus figures. This is going to be a tough battle. This was, yeah, tough one. I was going to give away a spoiler. Okay, I'll give away a spoiler. Someone has Starfighted Pyramithra, whereas no one has King Dedede. That's your first bit of news. Pyramithra pick up a Bullet Bill, drop the Bullet Bill, because that could literally win the game. They pick it up, and that works out for Jimmy, who did not Starfighter Pyramithra, because obviously Jimmy Starfighted Richter. But it's Rachel from the pit crew who Starfighted Pyramithra. Again, amazing change both from Rachel and Gizwoo, both changing their Starfighters and it benefiting. So Pyramithra 23 for 9. They're currently in 6th place still, so they're holding on to all-star status pretty well. But King Dedede with a drop there on the same points as Sephiroth Dedede was. And if Sephiroth wins, there's just no catching him ever. Every single time someone tries. Just terrible news for King Dedede, but great news for Pyramithra and for the Fossil Fuels as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 All-Stars are through at the moment. It's almost all of them. We lost Dark Pit to another All-Star. Yeah, none of the All-Stars have lost yet. No. Mad. And is Ganondorf going to lose against Duck Hunt here? Ganondorf, the All-Star of the Shroom Dogs, has beaten Duck Hunt before. Duck Hunt ranked 37th, one of the worst Alpha League fighters, versus ranked 4th Ganondorf. who, if Ganondorf wins, will face Pyramithra in an Opal League Crystal match, which, let's not get our hopes up, just in case it doesn't happen. But Ganondorf has none to his name, but Pyramithra do have 2. So that could be quite interesting. Duck Hunt's in serious trouble here, right? Has got an assist trophy of Grey Fox, but Ganondorf kills Grey Fox. That's brutal. It's an assist trophy, he's not even playing. But Ganondorf back in a place that he'll be able to rack up some percentage from Duck Hunt without being distracted. And it's bound to happen. So much so that Ganondorf wins. Duck Hunt was never going to win that. He looked like he would at one point, but Ganondorf is too strong. Duck Hunt moves down to 40 if Ganondorf moves up. Now, as you can see on the screen, someone has Starfighted Ganondorf, who's just moved into 3rd place. But who is it? It's 2 people. It's Jordan and it's Chode as well. Now, 4 people have Ganondorf, 2 of you Starfighted him, so well done to you guys. Bonus points for you as Ganondorf gets through and goes into a Crystal League match. Very exciting one between 6th place Pyramithra and 3rd place Ganondorf, who started this season in 3rd. Byleth overtook Ganondorf as Byleth got through. Also, that is the 6th All-Star through, so apart from there being an All-Star battle between Dark Pit and Byleth, only Sephiroth left, who faces off against Sheik. Sheik, who stopped Ice Climbers from getting the Topaz Crystal League. And that's the only thing they've done in like so long. But now we have Pokemon Trainer from the Gumtech versus Little Mac from the Fossil Fuels. Pretty sure this was Series 1 Grand Championship Final, where Pokemon Trainer lost, come second. Lost to Little Mac, of course. And then, in another final in Series 2, not the Grand Championship, one of the Alpha League finals, Little Mac and Pokemon Trainer faced off again, and Little Mac won twice in a row. So Little Mac is definitely the favourite to win here, unless I speak. And for the first time ever, Pokemon Trainer finally beats Little Mac. No one Starfighter Pokemon Trainer, but Benny P and OG Nath both have Pokemon Trainer in their team, and it is the Fruity Fellas and Third Lemon who Starfighted Little Mac. So you've lost Little Mac, not doing too well for you. Maybe time for a change, but I don't want to jinx it. 21 for 19, Little Mac goes out of pro position, but it's Pokemon Trainer who finally gets their revenge and goes back into 8th place today. 30 for 18, Pokemon Trainer now in contention for All-Star. Could face off against Sephiroth or Sheik. Sheik, say Sheik. 3 count. Anyway, Sephiroth from the Cosmo Vipers versus Sheik from the Shroom Dogs. Shroom Dogs need them to lose this. So I'm rooting for Seth. And 4 people have Starfighted Sephiroth out of what? 6 is it? 5 or 6? 6. 75% of it. And in the Ultimate Dream Team at the moment, not much has happened except for at the bottom, where both Molly and Makawari have moved up a place. So you guys are on to winners at the moment, and getting set. You both have Sephiroth, so getting Sephiroth through here would be handy. No one has Sheik, so no one's rooting for Sheik. And it doesn't matter because Sephiroth gets through, which is excellent news for anyone who's Starfighted him. So Molly changing her Starfighter from... Who did you have before? Ice Climbers. Moving to Sephiroth. Jamie from Lim La Vida Loca. Austin from the Wonder Boys. And Rosie from King K. Rool Rules. All Starfighter and Sephiroth. The MVP, who, again, distances himself from King Dedede. Now 2 points clear. Almost on 40 wins in Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys. Which is over 10 wins per series. It's bizarre. Much over. Sheik loses 22 for 19. No one cares. Sheik goes down to 20th. She's much higher than she deserves. Sephiroth getting through. Faces off against Pokemon Trainer. So that's going to be a real key match for Pokemon Trainer there. And that's obviously moved quite a few people around in the top tier, including Jamie has overtaken Longboy Bob to move into 3rd place. 3 points behind 2nd now. So it's on. let's try and catch it up, because we've got this Red Robots match between Dr. Mario and Villager. And like I said, a lot of All-Stars are through. Everyone who didn't face off against another All-Star got through, which is seven fighters. So your A-tier fighter could get through here, unless you picked up here. But apart from that, I've not really got much comment on here, except I hope the Red Robots lose. So looking at the Ultimate Dream Team, and Jamie's just got through, Sephiroth, Meta Knight, and Ice Climbers, having all of them through. So that's great news as you storm into third. Jimmy, you've got Sephiroth, you've got Pyro Mithra, and that's it. Third Lemon, Simon, Steve's out, Little Mac's out, and Isabel is through. So Third Lemon, you've still got some fighters as well. As Dr. Mario beats Villager, so Dr. Mario coming out of nowhere. Typically, when the Red Robots needed him, which is not good for the energy source, but it is good for Dr. Mario, moves to 22nd. So he is a pro already for the Red Robots. And it's Villager, our second All-Star to lose. Villager, where are you? There you are. 29 for 18, moves down to 8th place, which means that Pokemon Trainer has overtaken Villager at this point, as Dr. Mario gets through. Not much to talk about with people's teams there, as no one had them. However, we now have Meta Knight versus Pac-Man. Which, it's got to be time we talk about someone's team, right? It should. Do you know what? It's going to be Jamie. First, because Jamie has Meta Knight. So does Molly, and so does Austin. And who has Pac-Man? Longboy Bob and Benny P. So, we're going to talk about Jamie's team as you've moved into third, my friend. So, let's see who you have. So, Sephiroth. I've already mentioned it, but just to mention it again. Sephiroth, Meta Knight, Sonic, and Ice Climbers. So, you pick those two big guns, and they've obviously let you down, Sonic and Ice Climbers. Apart from today, Ice Climbers got through. But it's Meta Knight who gets through for you, so that's another win, which puts you 2 points behind Jimmy in second place now, as Meta Knight got through, which again is good news for a couple of our bottom teams as well, as you guys all have Meta Knight. Bad news for the energy source. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to support them. Anyway, 2 pro fighters in the next round, Meta Knight versus Dr. Mario. And who's moving up? Molly moving up 2 places now. You're currently in 13th. Of having the exact same team as Jamie had. So whatever I just mentioned, you have them. And it's Dark Samus versus Banjo and Kazooie. 2 pro fighters. Is it mostly pros through? No. 3. 3 out of 8 of the 4th place fighters got through. So that's Shulk, Ice Climbers, and someone else. Isabel. So by 4 fighter, I mean an Alpha League consists of 4 fighters from each team, which is the All-Star, 2 pros, and the 4th fighter. So the 4th fighter is technically the worst fighter of each team, but Shulk, Isabel, and Ice Climbers all getting through, all smashing it. And damn, I need Banjo to win this. It'd be good for Makawawi as well. Mac, let's see who's on your team. Banjo's on your team, Sephiroth and Ice Climbers. You've lost 2 Link and Sonic, them 2 not doing too good for you, but great to see Banjo get through for everyone involved. Dark Samus out after winning a Crystal League match. Not enough. And Banjo gets through, who is now on 16 for 10, ranked 15th. Let's go Banjo. Energy Source get through to the 3rd round, which is a rare thing to say, as this is our last fighter. And it's Ice Climbers versus Olimar. Never fought before. Ice Climbers ranked 34th. Used to be All-Stars, can I just add. They had a massive dip. The comeback could be on here as they face off against Olimar, who, a bit like Dark Pit really. I always think Olimar isn't on the up and coming, but somehow sticks around in those top leagues. And what is Olimar on? On 14, so that's 31 losses, 31 wins, 17 losses. And 9th place, which is out of All-Star position, is on 11. So they're 3 points clear. It's pretty good, right? Never rule Olimar out. Especially as Olimar wins. Ice Climbers continue losing ways, which is terrible for McAway. You know, I don't think this season has had anyone get through. I can check that right now, Matt. Just for you, my friend. Have you had anyone get more than 2? No. Sonic got you 1. Sora got you 1 in the last tournament, and Ice Climbers have just got you 1. Sorry, pal. Ice Climbers 19 for 20, and it's Olimar who gets through 32 for 17. Another All-Star through to face Banjo and Kazooie in the next round. Ugh. Hate to see it. And at least one red robot will lose here, as it's Shulk versus Byleth. Now, it's only Big Nath who has Byleth at the moment in this match. So, Big Nath, shout outs to you because no one has Shulk. Let's see who you've got, my friend. You've got Byleth. You've got Banjo and Kazooie, Richter and Link. So you're not doing too well here. So obviously you've lost Richter, your Starfighter, and you've lost Link. But Banjo's still in, and so is Byleth. So it ain't all over yet. And she is fighting well against Shulk. She is Shulk's all-star, so, you know, you've got to listen to your boss. Shulk never gives up. That's twice. That's twice in the same tournament where I've jinxed it instantly. Great news. Ooh, what's that? I don't know. Something weird on the screen anyway. But back to the room. Byleth, 34 for 16. Pushes her up to 3rd. She overtakes Ganondorf, who again yet to fight at the moment. And Shulk, 22 for 20. Moves on down to 26th. Another all-star through. As expected, they are fighting extremely well, and Simon's going to want to win this if he wants to keep his all-star position at all. But Isabelle is down the same points. Now Isabelle's on 10, Simon's on 11, Villager's on 11. So if Simon wins this, he'll take over Villager comfortably as well. But Isabelle does seem to be finding momentum. And the Le Mans obviously want to close the gap on the fuels as well. They're 10 points behind them, so it's looking a bit unlikely. However, all the wins help. Obviously the Vipers, who Isabelle fights for, are top, but it doesn't matter because Isabelle is out. So Gizmo again with double points. So that's 4 points Simon's got you now for this tournament. That's what you want. That's what picking a good Starfighter is all about. Isabelle, 28 for 19. Goes down to 11th. So Simon goes into 7th place. So Villager has currently been knocked out. Pokemon Trainer's still in there. But Le Mans All-Star versus Red Robots All-Star. Tell ya, they are good fighters on purpose. You know. Consistent all the time. What a game this is as well. So Pyramithra are obviously not an all-star, but they're in all-star position at the moment. And they go into this Opal Crystal League match against one of the top fighters, Ganondorf, who's just had Byleth overtake him. So he's going to be one of fighting dirty. And obviously there are star fighters lingering everywhere here, with Rachel having Pyramithra, who are in trouble. Ganondorf, too much for them. Rachel losing Pyramithra, but great news for Chode and for Jordan. Ganondorf getting you those wins again. Keeps up with Byleth at the moment. And it's poor old Pyramithra who lose. 23 for 10. Still having an amazing tournament, bear in mind. Probably still one of the best fighters of the tournament. But they are still ranked 6th. Simon and Pokemon Trainer are a point behind. And can Pokemon Trainer keep up winning ways here, or fall to the hurdle that is Sephiroth, the MVP? So Ganondorf in 3rd place wins the Opal Crystal League match, which is his first. Pyramithra have lost so many Crystal League matches. They've lost 4. They should have had the Opal Crystal League right now. But it's Ganondorf who gets that one. And a first for him. So, Pokemon Trainer versus Sephiroth. Remember, 4 people have starfighted Sephiroth, so they're going to be rooting for him. But can Pokemon Trainer change? They keep dodging killer attacks there. Is that going to be enough? No. So difficult when they fall off the screen like that. And they both need to jump onto that platform. They do. That kills so many people usually. So does this. But both holding on. That's Seth who's against the ropes here. And there is an assist trophy. It's the Shovel Knight. That's a big hit there from Sephiroth. Another big hit from Sephiroth. He's attacking everyone with some heavy attacks. Can he hit again? No, it's Pokemon Trainer who gets the win. Sephiroth is out. MVP loses. 39 for 19. Still 1 point ahead of King Dedede and Ganondorf. So Ganondorf could catch now. But Pokemon Trainer, safety in the All-Star bracket. 31 for 18. Goes 6. So takes over Pyro Mithra now. Damn, Pokemon Trainer's fighting so well. And Pokemon Trainer has beaten Ganondorf twice before, and Ganondorf's only beaten him once. So that is going to be a good fight there. And we don't have one from each team. Almost. The Cockadoodle Dudes haven't got someone through, and the Red Robots have 2. So sorry to the Dudes fans out there as we go into the 3rd round. Who had Pokemon Trainer anyway? I didn't even look. Benny P and OG Nath, both with Pokemon Trainer. Good pick there. And it's the people rooting for Meta Knight now, as no one wants Dr. Mario to win. Anyone with Meta Knight? Let's have a look. Jamie, who we've mentioned. Molly and Austin as well. So Austin, let's have a look at your team, because you've not been doing too great in Tourney of Tourneys. Sephiroth out, Meta Knight out, Robin out, and Link out. So yeah, Austin, you've lost all your fighters now as Dr. Mario gets through against Meta Knight, which again, Dr. Mario's fighting really well. 23 for 19, Meta Knight 22 for 19. That's down to 22nd, but Dr. Mario ranked 18th at the moment. Beats Meta Knight again, bear in mind. Which again, I've been rooting for the Red Robots to do worse, but they're actually doing really well this tournament, which is not helping. They've moved to 6th. It's the Shroom Dogs we've got to catch now. Which means that Banjo needs to win this against Olimar. And for anyone with Banjo's sake, so I know it's McAway because I've read that earlier, and it's also Big Nath. Big Nath, doing pretty well. Still in 6th, not moved too much yet. There's 3 people on 38 between 4th, 5th and 6th. So it's tight. But Gizmo, you've moved up to 7th with Simon winning you 2 extra. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, Banjo, are you going to beat Olimar? Pick up all the assist trophies, pick up everything you can. Gonna need you to win this. Okay, it's Olimar who's picked up. Oh, Olimar's getting attacked by chickens. Picks up the Pokeball. Banjo's also picked one up. And an assist trophy. Okay, it's pretty carnage at the moment, but it feels like Banjo is in control against the All-Star. It is the case, so Banjo gets through against the odds. Olimar being the better fighter, moves down to, stays in 5th. But Pokemon Trainer is on the horizon. Banjo currently in 15th. 17 for 10, moves up to 14th. And faces off against Dr. Mario in the next round. Source versus Robots. Banjo's the favourite. An Energy Source fight is the favourite to get into a final, which would be a dream. Got to see that. But here's the first of our current All-Star. Well, these are actually 2 All-Stars. All-Star the Red Robots by left, currently ranked 3rd. And Simon in 7th place. Holding on. Simon in 8th place. Yeah, Simon in 8th place. I don't know what I'm talking about. Byleth in 4th. I'm reading the wrong thing, okay? I'm reading where they stood at the end of the last round, but times have changed, you know. So there is going to be an All-Star in the final. Or current All-Star, should I say. At least. Because we've got the likes of Pokemon Trainer in the next round. There isn't an All-Star, but it's looking on the path to be one. Take over the gun tech from Villager. And Big Nath rooting for Byleth. And we've got Gizru rooting for Simon, who's not doing too well at the moment. Gizru, let's read your team. You've got Simon, Kirby, who's out, Little Mac and Pikachu all out. So it's Simon you're banking on at the moment, who has his final smash, needs to use it, loses it, and Byleth is in control here. No, Simon's fighting back. An item does the damage, and it's Simon who loses finally. 31 for 20. Goes down to 9th, so Villager has overtaken Simon to move into 8th place, which means that Villager would still be an All-Star, but would have to move, because there's 2 techs in there. 2 fuels and 2 techs at All-Stars at the moment. Craziness. Anyway, Byleth wins. Simon loses. Byleth wins. So, Byleth moves to 2nd place and is 1 point behind Sephiroth now. So, if Byleth wins this tournament, she will go above Seth, who I always say is uncatchable. However, he now may be catchable. Let's see. So, Ganondorf faces off against Pokemon Trainer. Ganondorf also on the horizon to catch Sephiroth. Ganondorf versus Byleth. Oh, that would be dreaming. But it's usually Pokemon Trainer who's the favourite to win this fight. And it's a small level, so it could be over quick. Pokemon Trainer doing all they can to dodge Ganondorf's attacks. Hanging onto that edge would be pretty disastrous. Oh, slips on a banana. It's nice to see Ganondorf slipping on a banana. It's lasted longer than I thought it would. Oh, Pokemon Trainer has driven Ganondorf into the ground, which means they get their final smash off. They've gone up to 72. But Ganondorf is so strong. So, Pokemon Trainer, 31 for 19. 7th place. So still above Villager by 1 clear point. But it's Ganondorf who gets the win, which, again, great news. What a Starfighter pick Ganondorf is, because this season, he's won 7, lost 3. Actually, Pokemon Trainer's done better than Ganondorf, so good news for Ganondorf. Anyway, goes into 2nd place, same points as Sephiroth. So this next match is going to be real vital. And like I said, that's 2nd and 3rd place fighting off in that semi. Whew. Whew. Anyway, good news for Chode, who is getting +3 points from Ganondorf at the moment, and so is Jordan. So, racking up the points, guys. Love to see it. Love to see it. Big Nath has moved into 4th place. You're on the same points as 3rd as well. 2 points behind 2nd, so it is really close at the top. And all we have here is Banjo fans, which I'm a Banjo fan at this point because Energy Source Fire, obviously. I keep saying that, but you need to get it in your head. Which is Makawewi and Big Nath. Gonna be rooting for Banjo and Kazooie review, guys. Need the Source to beat the Red Robots. Need the Source to win anything. And I need you guys to win for Banjo. Huge level here. Doesn't really benefit everyone or anyone, but Dr. Mario being big at the moment took some damage on poor old Banjo there, and they're both up to 70%. Okay, we've got some bees attacking Dr. Mario, not the bees. It's really helping Banjo out, who is getting some combos, but so is Dr. Mario. Okay, this is the danger zone here. Banjo's got a bit of a jump on him. Dr. Mario has not, which means that Banjo wins. So Banjo gets into the final. Great news for Energy Source fans. And for Makawewi. And for Big Nath. Banjo and Kazooie. 18 for 10 moves up to 13th. So Banjo, they're on 8 overall, which is great news. Dr. Mario loses. No one cares because no one has Dr. Mario. Banjo moving on up into 13th. Goes into the semi-final. That is good news for Makawari, of course. Banjo doing you some great work. But here's a huge match. So, obviously, people have star-fighted Ganondorf, which is huge. Big Nath hasn't star-fighted Byleth, but Big Nath, you have Banjo. If Byleth gets through, you're going to win a tournament. You're going to win a gold. But it is going to be big. And whoever wins this, if Byleth wins, she'll be on the same points as Sephiroth. If Ganondorf wins, he'll go above Sephiroth as MVP. Huge. Ganondorf's so powerful. Gets Grey Fox. A few times we've seen Grey Fox in the last few tournaments. Craziness. Anyway. Lots of explosions going on. And it's Ganondorf who's got the most damage at the moment. Mostly done by Grey Fox, and Byleth is out. So, Big Nath. That's the first point of call. You've lost Byleth. Sorry, mate. She fought well. And she's fourth. I was going to say she's still third, but no, she's fourth. But Ganondorf officially moves into MVP. This is like the first time in probably 2 series where Sephiroth has lost MVP spot. Ganondorf is crazy seeing him up at the top. He's on 21, Sephiroth's on 20. So Ganondorf needs to win this to maintain a lead. And this is a Crystal League match as well. So, Ganondorf, currently ranked numero uno, as you can see on your screen, faces off against Banjo. So Banjo has 3 wins in the Crystal League. So if Banjo wins this, that could be pretty huge. Because he'd be on 4. And Ganondorf's going to be on 2. If Ganondorf wins. And obviously, Ganondorf looks a bit broken at the moment. Which is the first thing to mention, because facing off against Banjo here, for the first time ever, these two have fought. And it's Source versus Dogs. I didn't even realise that. That's why we can't catch the dogs. Because both of them are in the final. God damn it. So, come on. For the Source. You've got this, Banjo. Obviously, a few of you have star-fighted Ganondorf, which is huge news for you, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves, but I need Banjo to win. Ganondorf just has like 1 attack and it's already taken over 40%. Now Banjo's holding his own, trying to pepper some damage. Well, that's good. Get that assist trophy. No, Ganondorf's got the assist trophy, which is terrible news. Don't really know what that one does. Ooh, that's causing Banjo some grief. Ganondorf hasn't even had to do anything. Banjo's on over 100. Is somehow surviving. Oh, Ganondorf is too strong. So, Ganondorf gets the Crystal League win. Let's start there. He's had 2 this season. Damn, he's such a good fighter, which means that Ganondorf is now 2 points clear as MVP. 22, where Sephiroth is on 20. It's happened, finally. And Banjo, 18 for 11, had a great tournament, but really needed to win there for the Source's benefit. But does come second, which is great news, but it's all about, let's have a look, Ultimate Dream Team. Oof, big stuff has happened, because obviously, like I said, 2 people have star-fighted Ganondorf, which means they got 10 points in this tournament, so congratulations to you guys. I'm going to reveal all of that if you can't remember who I've already mentioned in said tournament. Because obviously we like to go through it here, so now is the time, guys. Now is the time. Ganondorf, OP as fuck. OP as can be. Beats Banjo and Kazooie. Has beaten some amazing fighters in this tournament. Pyra Mythra. Duck Hunt Duo. But then Pyra Mythra, Pokemon Trainer, Byleth, and then Banjo and Kazooie. So, well done to Ganondorf. Well done to anyone who star-fighted him. I don't have to say this any new way, but we're going to hop over to the archives, like I say at the end of every tournament, and just have a quick roundup of how we are all doing, because there's been a lot of movement. to start in a stranger place than normal, we've got to look at Ganondorf, the current MVP. Well done to Ganondorf. Also, he's won 4 golds, which is tied with King Dedede now, who obviously won in the last tournament, so it obviously spurred him on a little bit. But as you can see there, he won 2 in the first tournament, where he ranked 5th. Then he was ranked 4th in Series 2, where he got a gold and a silver. And then currently he's ranked 1st, and now has a 2-point lead on Sephiroth. So there is some crazy stuff going on for Ganondorf. But we're going to have a look at who's moved up and down the ranks here. So there's a bit of a tight battle going on between like 6th to about 11th, I'd say. In which, obviously, Ganondorf now, just to mention it one more time, MVP. Sephiroth and King Dedede moved down. Byleth's only 2 points off of Sephiroth now, but apart from that top 4, that's where it gets a little bit dodgy. So Olimar is on 14, Pyramithra on 13, Pokemon Trainer 12, Villager 11, Simon 11. So, and Richter and Isabel on 9, so losing really didn't help them. But it is very close to who's going to be an all-star out of those fighters with, as you can see there, the Fuels and the Tech with 2 lots of fighters through. The Vipers obviously have Sephiroth and then have 2 of the top pro fighters. It's mad. It's mad how they're all like paired up there. That's craziness. I don't make this. The Source not doing too well, bear in mind. We don't have an all-star at the moment, we just have pros. Anyway, great moves there for Banjo and Kazooie moving up 4. Dr. Mario moving up 8. A couple of 2s in there. Obviously, Toon Link has moved down 3 and Ike has moved down 4. So those guys are in serious trouble here. Not seeming to be able to do anything. But usually don't have to go down that far in the Alpha League. But here we are. No one has moved up the ranks at the moment. Except for the Red Robots who've gone above the Shroom Dogs. But they're on the same points. And I just thought the Source was catching. I totally took my eye off the ball to notice that Ganondorf is obviously a Shroom Dog. I was thinking, come on, we can't catch them. Makes sense, and obviously because they won, they didn't lose that last point at the end. So, Source now 5 points behind. It feels like an eternity away. Not going to cover the Crystal Leagues because not much happened there. If Banjo had beaten Ganondorf, we may have been having a different conversation, but now Ganondorf is on 2 wins. Spartan Warrior as well, not really much going on. Ganondorf's about the 6th highest ranked fighter this season. Still not beating the others. So it means we're going straight to Ultimate Dream Team, which is not that one. It's this one. And it's getting a little bit closer here. So, Third Lemon still in first place. Not having the best tournament. It wasn't awful. But you're on 47. Jimmy, now 4 points behind, has moved down to 3rd because Chode has moved into 2nd. So Nippleback are now 2nd. 3 points behind the Fruity Fellas, mainly because Starfighter Ganondorf got 5 extra wins there, which is humongous, and obviously it shows. Big Nath as well, having some great people in your team, with Banjo coming 2nd, Byleth getting to the 3rd round, I think. So good results there. Has put you into 4th, moved up 2, which means that Jamie, you've slipped down to 5th. Longboy Bob, you've moved down 3 places into 6th place now. Ash moving up 1. Jordan, again, moving up 4 ranks because of Ganondorf's amazing victories. Putting you above quite a few people. Gizru, great choice in Starfighter and Simon. I think that's kept you in 9th, really, because Starfighter and Pikachu would have kept you right down there. Rachel, again, Pyramithra was a good call, but you've moved down to 10th place. Rosie in 11th. Benny P in 12th. Changing to Dark Pit didn't do nothing. OG Nath with no changes, but Pichu not doing very well. So you're on 13th. Makawawi moving up to 14th now. So having Sephiroth and Banjo in your team proved... Well, actually, Sephiroth didn't do much. Mostly Banjo. Has moved you up 2 places. So now you're 4 points behind OG Nath. Such a gap. But then OG Nath had Ganondorf as well. So, and Pokemon Trainer. How are you still in 13th? That's craziness. And Austin moving down to bottom place at the moment on joint points with Molly, who has stayed in 15th. So, tough one there at the bottom, guys. But, you know, keep fighting. Can be done. Just make sure you're picking that Starfighter sensibly. Which You almost did today. Almost did today. It's always hard to call. And looking at the Grove Trophy, not much happened there, where we've got Third Lemon in first place still. Jamie in second still. And it's only Chode who's moved up 2 spots. Cannondorf moving up some ranks, which never saw happening. So that's helped. Anyone else? No, everyone else here is still in the minus, with Austin at the bottom. So bottom in both leagues. Terrible. But that's just the way it goes. Lots to change, as we're 1 tournament away from halfway. So well done to everyone who was brave today and changed their Starfighter. And, you know, for the people it paid off for, amazing. For those who picked Ganondorf at the start and have stuck with him, it's worked out a dream. So thank you everyone for watching. My last Alpha League tournament had, at this point, 43 views. So I really appreciate that. That's really good for me. I think that's my 4th highest video. So yeah, great news. I'm happy. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next time in the Beta League. So don't forget, you can change your Starfighter. Don't be stuck with whoever you have, because that's the time to change. It's already been shown that changing your Starfighter can be crucial. But yeah, guys, till next time, see you then.